2 days ago, on the 24th of August, 1973, Mzee and Mama stood together at an altar, a small church in England. At that time, this group you see in white today, and myself, who is welcoming you, were not in the picture at all. Obviously, other than the Tuva Gore. Therefore, the thanksgiving on this day and the befitting celebration of these 50 years is really to thank God, who has been so faithful to these two people, our parents.
As a country, our need for their adult supervision is not a thing of the past. While they have both nurtured and guided us through storm and tempest, today as ever, we still run to them in difficult times. During the COVID pandemic, many of you will remember, some of the people who are loud on social media and who are disoriented and are perennial victims of foreign media like CNN and such, were always on the local news. They would religiously switch to UBC to watch the presidential address. So they were not taking public health advice from the Wazungu, they were taking it from the president.
Ebenezer, thus far the Lord has helped us. This scripture is particularly poignant for us because 50 years ago, when Mzee and Mama got married at the little church on Turnham Green in London, they didn't have a big wedding, as many young people do today. They were not surrounded by their parents, their family, and friends from both the bride and groom side. But today, on their Golden Jubilee celebration, they are in Ntungamo, their ancestral home, and the origin of both their families, surrounded by children, grandchildren, relatives, friends, hundreds of spiritual children, and thousands of well-wishers.
For we have no story without the goodness of God. We cannot ignore the fact that there are now people in the world who have tried to redefine the family and who now fight to destroy the family as we know it, to justify their idea that men should marry men and women should marry women. There are also those who are called transgender, and then those who are called queer. Therefore, please know that we really need to celebrate family as much as possible because it is a debate now in the world whether the human family is relevant anymore. I believe that, as David said during his battle with Goliath, in quotes, all this assembly shall know that the Lord does not only save with a sword or a spear, for the battle belongs to the Lord, and he will give you into our hands. Therefore, likewise, end quote. Therefore, likewise, I say that there is need now more than ever before to express our God-given values and stand for them at every opportunity without any apology. And leave the rest to God, for I believe this truly is a battle to the Lord, and He alone will decide it. It's a blessing to have your spouse and give him peace. Just let him be. What he wants to do, let him do, because it's nothing. And now I know that really, and he knows, I don't follow him picking up things and saying small things. And ladies, just let your husbands be. And remember, the Bible tells us that we should not go to bed angry. Even if you misunderstand each other at any one point during the day, just make sure you don't go to bed angry. You apologize to your spouse, you go to bed happy, and you get up happy. You go to bed angry, you get up with a headache. So remember, those are some of the nuggets I can share with you after 50 long years. And I hope that you take them seriously.
So please bear in mind this. Those people who waste a lot of time trying to get shortcuts, to be corrupt, to get this, thinking that they are planning. My advice is you do God's work, God will do yours. Now, secondly, my daughter recently, Natasha, when she's doing that film she's doing, she asked me a question. Why could you not give up the fight? I told her that if I had given up the fight, I would have died from giving up. Because I would have been internally, Banyankole call it okwegaya, to despise oneself, to see things going bad, and you keep quiet because you want an easy life. Because of the upbringing we had here, if I had done that, I would have died. I wouldn't be alive today. I would have died from stress and depression, maybe. I think that's what they call depression. So therefore, we had no alternative but to if we were respecting ourselves, but to oppose those mistake makers. That's where Mama Janet now comes in. And not only being a mother, but a mother of children with a permanently absentee husband. You heard what the children were saying, that she was tough with them and was able to bring them up for a number of years without my presence. And I really salute her for that. So her contribution to the upbringing has no comparison. They didn't even know that I would ever come back to their lives. So therefore, I want to thank God for my family, for Mama Janet, for the children now that they have grown up, and for the grandchildren. I thank God for this.